Hello. Wait for everybody to get on. Don't forget to comment your names, guys. All right, so I'm gonna wait a couple minutes for everybody to hop on, and then while we're waiting, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up the PSI candidate bulletin so we can go over the steaming service. It's super, super easy and simple. It's literally probably the easiest thing you'll have on y'all's test, in my opinion. Oh, it's the easiest thing you'll have on y'all's test. What's going on? I'm gonna go ahead and take a roll. Hi everyone. I've got 3 people. How's everybody's morning going? Good morning, guys. Good morning. I think that's it. I don't think Amber's going to be in today. So how's everybody's morning going? Tell me. I want to know. I want to know everything. I miss y'all. Miss y'all's beautiful faces. Even some of them that I haven't even met. Which I'm super excited for because hopefully we'll get to be back in the building soon. Hopefully. So I'm excited about it. And then also don't forget to get me the 2 out of 3 assignments for Sunday. Because that way you'll have an easy Mother's Day. I don't think I have to take poll on anything, so y'all are more than welcome to send them a little early. More than welcome to. Can we just not try Kathy's today? And then tell me how this day's going. What does the first assignment do? The other 2 said 5 to 6. Yes. So the other 2 the 2 that go to me are due 5 and 6. The other one, I'm pretty sure you can get to Joanna. I think it's just anytime after 2 or after 5. Let me double check though. I don't want to give y'all false information. Okay, so yeah, the third one is to me at 6. The second one, you'll send me 2 and 3. You'll send Joanna the first one. But yeah. So I think we have everybody that we're gonna have. That's fine with me. I'm not worried about it. So from there, so let's talk about the handout that was sent out yesterday that y'all wrote down. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. You can turn them into me before. I'm not worried about it. But the one for Joanna, I think Joanna's taking roll, so I wouldn't turn the one in for Joanna until after 5. Okay, so now I can find it. Fun. There it is. Okay, so again, I'm going to ask y'all just a couple of questions about the steaming service. Some of the questions will be on here and others may not be, but my older esthetician should know them. No, it's on here. Okay, so when steaming, what are some contraindications that we would not um, use a steamer or even hot towels in a service? So that being said, when you are using your steamer, there are certain people that you wouldn't want to use that on simply because the heat, um, it could make certain things worse. So yes, open wounds, definitely do not want to use a steamer on that. Rosacea, you can actually agitate it and make it even worse. Um, you'll see where they just get super, super pink. My mom has the rosacea, and like anytime you even when she's like cooking pasta and there's a little steam from that, it's like all right here is just super red. Sunburn is another one that you definitely do not want to use it on. You really don't want to do anything with someone that has sunburn simply because that's just going to be agitating the skin. That skin that's already kind of dying, honestly, that first layer is already pretty much dead. And it's just going to slough off here in a couple days. Bruising and swelling, definitely, you do not want to add heat to anything that's already hot. So, any really, the only time that I would use a steamer for someone that maybe have a little bit of like heat or swelling would be if someone has acne and that opens the pores and you're trying to get that out. But that would really be the only time that heat or swelling would be involved. And I would actually just go ahead and use it. But that's also one of those fine lines where you kind of have to diagnose by person. Sensitive skin is definitely another one. And then, of course, inflammation. So, let me just go to the top. Um, so, of course, we all that have already been in the building and have been through just basically the ones that are a little more experienced, the ones that have been in the building with me. So y'all know that the unfortunate part about steamers is they're bulky. They're super annoying sometimes, or scream at us sometimes when they feel like it. So the thing with that is sometimes our lovely steamers just do not like us. They're bulky and sometimes they just get in the way. So sometimes they're a little more inconvenient. Um, they have, you know, filters that have to go inside of them. They have they're a lot of maintenance. You have to clean them. Which reminds me, when we get back to the school, we're gonna have to clean those bad boys because they've been sitting there for a while. It's fine. We'll clean them when we get back. No problem, Ashley. Perfectly fine. I haven't even really got to the meat and potatoes of this, so we're good. So that being said, when we get back, we are gonna have to clean the steamers. And then just sometimes it's just an inconvenience. When you are limited on time and space, that's when you kind of have to decide if you really want to use the steamer or not. The other alternative, of course, is hot towels, and that has a steaming effect as well. You're putting um, a damp, warm towel um, onto someone's face. The only hard part is they kind of cool quickly, depending on the temperature. You don't want to scold your client, but you don't want to also put a towel that's kind of already cooled off quite a bit onto someone's skin, and then it sits there for 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden it's cold. So that's not a wonderful feeling either. Um, so it's just one of those things. I know some estheticians, they only use hot towels and they will not use a steamer. They do not want to touch a steamer. They don't want to look at it. Nothing. We do not want to be involved with a steamer. Okay. And then there's some where they honestly rather would just get a steamer, have it on for half their facial, and then be done. It's personal preference. And that's why at the school, we try to give you both of them. That way you can kind of learn what you like and what you don't like. And that's the biggest part of that. So let's see. Again, no problem if you're late. I'm taking my own role, so if you're late, I'm still gonna go ahead and mark you on here. Um, so again, we're wanting to use warm hot towels, not scalding hot towels. We don't want to put a scalding towel onto someone's face and then burn them. Um, no problem, guys. I just have to kind of get y'all as I go. So again, we try to give y'all multiple things to go ahead and play with. That way you can kind of find your niche. So warm hot towels, not scalding hot. Um, terry cloth towels hold heat a little bit longer. It's not something that's like, it's not going to give you an amazing amount of time. Just please don't use microfiber towels. They hold water, and then like when they finally start holding water, they're just too much of a pain. Towels, so 16 by 24 towels are the best ones to use. They have the most amount of coverage for the face without being like a body towel and just throwing that on your client. Well, that's not fun. So oh, hey, Gracie. Perfect, because I've been taking it myself. Anyways, so that being said, there's about 2 towels for each client at a minimum during a facial. Typically, we use about 5 to 6 towels. The girls will tell you. The week of facial week, we go through so many towels. It's not even funny. It's like we don't have enough towels to even manage. And even if we got more towels, it would not do anything because I swear we go through so many. Yeah. Um, we go through so many towels. It's like laundry can't keep up. I've had to steal towels from the Cosmo area to get through facials, like especially when y'all are practicing on each other. I've had to get kind of inventive and like then all of a sudden we have a bunch of Cosmo towels in the back and I'm like, ooh, I should probably give those back, right? They're kind of mad. So that being said, when facial week comes around, we do go through quite a few towels. Um, so, again, with the steamer, you'll hear it as a vaporizer as well. We just call it steamers at the school. It's just the easiest way. For me, at least, you can call it whatever you would like. I am here for whatever you would like to call it, but I'm just going to call it a steamer. So, again, they're referred to as steamers, and it's important that it gives a vapor mist. Okay, so it's just a constant flow of mist that's fairly warm. You definitely don't want to get close to it. You'll see it is hot. It is third-degree burns hot. Also, when you are using the steamer, you want to turn that away from your client. And then when you go to actually put it on your client, then you'll turn it toward them. And then again, when you're shutting it off, you'll turn it away from them. That being said, steamers have a really high chance of spitting. And what it means by spitting is it's a fine mist the whole time. But sometimes it'll throw, especially in the beginning at the end of its time frame, it'll start to spit like droplets of water. And again, that is hot water. It's boiling. You can see it in your little beaker boiling. And you will burn somebody. And I've seen some pretty bad burns from a steamer. Also, when you are taking apart the steamer to get your container, your beaker off of there, please make sure that you let it cool first, simply because that is glass. Glass is a conductor. Glass is hot. I've seen some fun times with students just going to grab it, and I'm like, it's like a child with a stove. Sometimes you can tell them no so many times, but they're going to touch it. So, so reasons why estheticians may prefer the steamer vaporizer. It can increase blood circulation, improves metabolism, softens the dead skin cells so that it can be brushed off easier. So basically, what we're going to mainly use it for is the softening of the skin, and it helps unplug pores to aid in extractions. So typically, the softening of the skin and extractions are what we're going to use it for. Um, 9 times, no, it's not even 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. There's 2 types of waters recommended for your steamer, and that's distilled or filtered water. So you have to understand that there are some steamers out there that only run on distilled water. That's all they'll use. That's all you can use. Other than that, it'll start to break down the actual steamer. Now, there are steamers that have to use filtered water. And the filtered water is because it still has some minerals in it And um, our steamers at the school, the reason why they were beeping, I found out, is because of the distilled water. Distilled water is a little bit lighter than filtered water, and it still tries to find that weight in the minerals of it, and that's why they were beeping at us. Yeah, we went through all of that, countless steamers screaming at us. I still feel like even though we've used filtered water on them before, they still screamed, so well, when the girls go back through facials, yes, you can use one. So remember, we're wanting to keep a safe distance because the water is hot and it has the probability of spitting. You need to sanitize your steamer after each client. The sanitation isn't necessarily for the client, it's for you. You have to think that you've been doing this service, you've been touching their skin, you go to grab the steamer head and you're moving it toward and away from them, you're touching it, that's their skin cells. Well, when you don't clean the head of your steamer and you are on to your next facial, or your other fellow student is on to their next facial, they use that steamer, they're touching that head of the steamer and that has your client's cooties on it. Calling it cooties. We're like we're children again. It's fine. Cooties. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the state board part of steaming. It is super, super simple. It'll actually, you'll kind of be like, why? But why? Um, so you will have your mannequin already with her head drape. I'm gonna use that a little word. So she'll already have her little head drape. Remember, like this right here, you couldn't do that. You would have to have that on the headband. Just a reminder. Okay, so you'll already have her on your station on your mannequin stand, and she will have a body drape. I don't have one with me, so there's that. But she'll have a drape on, and the drape is towel cape towel. The reason being, and we'll practice this with y'all. The towel cape towel is foreign to y'all simply because 9 times out of 10 we have. So that being said, I just have to throw this little towel in this baggie real quick. Because the only thing that you need for your bag is a towel and a bowl. And we have the little rubber bowls at the school that we use for our state board. So on your bag, it'll be labeled steaming or steaming service, something along those lines. Either one is perfectly fine. They're not going to take points off for that. You have 7 minutes to perform this service. The procedure criteria, which are 1 point each, is prepare the towel for service and then drape the towel to cover the face. Simple. So, again, your safety criteria are you've properly disposed of waste material, you ensure the workstation and area remain sanitary, you ensure the head draping is maintained throughout the service, you replace contaminated items, your kit remains sanitary, and you avoid cross-contamination. Okay? So during this, they're going to tell you when you have 4 minutes remaining. They'll tell you, candidates, please stop working when the 7 minutes up. And then they'll also tell you all scoring has been completed. We will now proceed to the next section of the examination. And I will tell you, you will have 2 or 3 proctors in there with you. So that's kind of unnerving, and they pretty much look at you most of the time. So if you're someone that's like me and I'm like, oh, look away, please, so I can just get this done. Okay. So when you're someone like that, this is going to be extra nerve wracking for you, which is it is what it is. Okay. So when you do this, you will sanitize your station. So sanitize your hands. You're going to EPA your station. You're going to sanitize your hands again. We're going to get the paper towel out. We're going to wipe down the station, throw that away. We're going to EPA or sanitize our hands again. Marie, this is only for estheticians. So you're not your class was with Wendy, and these are for the estheticians, and then everybody is going to be back on the rest of the lives. You're good. All right, so we're going to sanitize our hands again. We're going to reach into our kit. We're going to open it up. We're going to pull out our bag, and we're going to zip that bad boy back up. We're going to put this on our station. We're going to sanitize our hands again. Our hands are going to be extra dry from sanitizing our hands. We are going to open this up. We are going to pull out our bowl. We're going to pull out our towel. We're going to go ahead and set that on the bowl. And we are going to throw our baggie away. Now, I will tell you, for this, you're going to want to have a pre-moistened towel. I know, I'm sorry, I said the word. I'm sorry. All right, but basically what you want to do with this is you want to have a water bottle in your car the day of your test, okay? You are going to take that water bottle and you are going to dump the contents onto the towel, dump the water onto the towel. You're going to wring it out. That way it's not soaking wet. And then you're going to put it back in the bag and you're going to go to state board, okay? The reason why is because they want you to have a damp towel, okay? But you have to have it kind of already damp. That way you can just move through the motions. You are allowed to go over to the sink and use the sink to dampen the towel. It's just easier to go ahead and get it over with, like once it's already wet before you go in. Okay? So, hold on, I'm gonna move this down. There we go. That's a little better. So, what we're going to do is we prepared our towel. So we have our hold on, I don't need her yet. Not just yet. So we have our towel. It's already damp from before. We are going to take it, fold it into a hot dog. All right. And we are going to wring that out over our bowl. We have to pretend like we're wringing it out, like we're getting so much water out of here. We're making sure that our client is safe from any scalding hot water. You are going to open this back up. Okay, we're going to open her back up. We're going to take the two sides and we're going to test on our wrist. This can be completely cold water. It does not matter. They're not coming over to test your towel. Tap it to the wrist because this is what we have to do on a client. Okay, then I'm going to take Susan. All right. And we are going to make sure that we do not suffocate our client. That being said, we want to make sure that she is still able to breathe because some people don't know what suffocation means. And you think I'm playing. That's the older girls. All right. Make sure her nose is out. She can breathe. Then what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and kind of press a little bit, not over the eye area. We're going to pretend like this is an actual real client. From there, you have to come out like this, and Susan, don't roll. Yes, the eyes are the worst. Okay. And come and out. All right. Her draping came off because I don't have a mannequin stand for her, but it's that simple. Okay. It literally makes you question what we're supposed to be doing in state board. Why is it that simple? Okay. So, does anybody have any questions about the steaming service for state board? You throw this away, they're going to come and check your mannequin, make sure she's not sopping wet. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Like I said, this one is super, super simple. This is the easiest part of your test. This should be where you have no problems. It's like cut and dry. There's no room for error. All right. Well, all right. So I want y'all to go ahead and study the material that y'all wrote down yesterday. Does anybody, well, hold on. Does anybody have any questions about the material y'all wrote down? Let's start with that. Does anybody have any questions over the materials that y'all wrote down yesterday? Nope. Maybe? No questions? Oh, I put purple shampoo in my hair and it turned my hair kind of purplyish gray. It looks white on this camera, but it's purplyish gray. Kind of here for it. So, since there's no questions, I'm going to go ahead and leave this rolling for a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and do final roll call right around 11:45. So you'll have about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to does it work on natural hair? Yes, it will pull some tone out of a natural hair. It won't pull out a whole bunch. Let me go get the purple shampoo that I used the past couple times. It is, I'm here for it. Give me 2 seconds. Mm, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's gonna work for us. I haven't got any We haven't really talked about that. So the purple shampoo that I use, because RDA wanted to pull some weird stuff, and we didn't know that they were doing curbside for the long. I don't even know if they're still doing curbside. I think one of them is in Austin, but the other one not. I had to go to the store. Not that I know of. Not that I know of yet. So I had to go to the store and get this one. Let me see. Okay. Target. Best purple shampoo I've ever used. The Kristen S purple shampoo. Now I will tell you. It don't look like it's gonna do nothing. It don't feel like it's gonna do nothing. And then all of a sudden, turn around and you have purple hair. So I would recommend mixing it with a little bit of regular shampoo. That'll be perfect. Yeah, we should know more about it tomorrow. We may have to do it like how we did the week before we went on quarantine, where y'all had to log in. We might do something like that again. I'm not 100% sure. Um, but again, we'll know more tomorrow. I know Wendy and Randy are working diligently trying to make a plan for all of us to still be safe and try not to spread this around with everybody. So again, we're going to know something here soon, but it might be something like how we had um, before we went on quarantine. Okay, so if there's any more questions, just go ahead and ask them. If not, then I'm going to go ahead and leave this running till 11:45, 11:50, and then we'll be back and we'll do our final roll call while you study your materials from yesterday. Okay. All right. So be back at 11:45. We're here. Well, I want to know, how is everyone doing? I want to know. I want to check on y'all. Miss y'all. Fantastic. Elaborate. I want to know. What are y'all doing during all this? Yeah, I feel you on that one. I am bored out of my mind from quarantine. Tan lines. The little man's 10 months old. He looked so cute the other day, Kimberly. God, I just wanted to. I miss seeing y'all and getting y'all's little life updates. I feel like I just don't see y'all ever. I know. I have to say it's been fun. It's been interesting, but it's fun. I know. I like felt like I needed like a break from that like work. Then I was like, okay, well we have quarantine. It's not a problem. And then I realized how much I missed y'all, and I was like, this is ghetto. I want to go back. Like I missed y'all after like our week vacations. So the fact that I haven't seen y'all in what, 2.5 months, I was like, I missed y'all. I do miss you though. It's been a wonderful, much needed break, but I do miss y'all a lot. And I'm ready to get back in the building because I really do miss y'all. We're just gonna let this run until noon. Sorry. Probably cut it a minute or two before noon. That way, I think y'all, do y'all have a 12 to 1 class? I think y'all have a 12 to 1 class. Half the time I can't keep up. Yep, you have a 12 to 1 with Kimberly. But yeah. I'm like, kids are at mom's, so I have to go over there tomorrow. I just need like a good solid day. They went over last night. We'll be back tomorrow after Mother's Day. Just needed a minute. But we also have a new bottle calf. For your little baby ever. I think we're gonna name her Dory. Because she is Dory. Period. She'll be eating and forget where she's at. And she'll just like, okay. But yeah. I'm glad y'all are doing good. I do miss y'all. I even miss like the students I've never met. Like I met April one time and I was like, I just cannot wait to have that energy back around me. Like just all of y'all. I miss y'all. I really do. I miss human interaction. That's not my grandpa or my two. Yes, they're my kids. They're my kids for right now. Yeah. I will miss my daily time over here at the farm. Because now the girls and my grandpa, when we go back to work, will have to be solely responsible for my little baby cat. And I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead and take final roll call. Let's get this done so Kim can start her live on time, maybe even a little early. So let's go ahead and do final roll call. That way we can just get on with our day and then enjoy tomorrow off. Woo! I do what I can. All right. So y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a happy Mother's Day. Spend it with your loved ones or on live with your loved ones because we're still supposed to be social distancing. But I'm like, I work with my mother half the time, so there's that. I don't get to social distance from her.